And we're off. We're ready. We're beginning. It's much later than usual, but there's been all sorts of delays. People have had family things to deal with and real life issues and work things. We're down a player, but hopefully we get to push on now and deal with stuff at Binter's Smithy and the woodworkers and some things down at Carpenter's Square. And then finally you might all get to go up to Fort Hailcourse or Iris Hill, one of which I've even prepared tokens and maps for.
I think we all agreed to go to the fort.
Yes.
Yeah, and that'll be fun. So, when last we left it, let's try not to get too hung up on
Militia?
trust me to get hung up on saying it. Let's try not to get too hung up on admin and get more straight to the action, as it were. So you had a nasty ambush in the alley. Ambush Alley is a great game, by the way. Look it up sometime. Ambush Zombie, kind of great, but not quite so great, obviously, because the zombies don't shoot back so much and stuff like that. So you'll kind of head down to Binter's Smithy, which is an old forge, a nice, I wouldn't say run down, but you can tell it's an old building. It's built in a slightly old-fashioned style, and you can hear the ring of hammer on anvil. Inside, there's an old grey-haired dwarven woman, working away at a forge. And it's actually quite a large building, and there's a number of forges in here, and there are various apprentices and journeyman smiths working away, but you can tell she's got the more fancy forge, and a few of them come to her and ask her advice, and she gives them some pointers, including such classics like "hit it" and "on the anvil." One or two of my viewers might actually get the reference there, and it does relate to an actual blacksmith that I've known in the past. But yeah. And you've come here looking to purchase goods. Take it away, guys.
Sword, very good sword.
The woman looks up from her anvil and wipes beads of sweat from her brow, leaving a dark charcoal smear on her face. But you can see plenty of other dark coal smudges. And she rubs the back of her neck and says, "What kind of sword were you looking for, love?"
A short sword to start off with. I'm not usually one to wield one.
Not much call for weapons in these parts. Go see one of the journeymen over that way, Terrick. And she points him out to you. Tall fellow with light brown hair and sideburns. Says he's been taking interest in crafting swords recently. There's one he made, well, short-ish. It was meant to be longer, but it got damaged in the fire. He left it in the flames too long. Had to make it shorter. Otherwise it would have had a weak point at the point of percussion. So the hilt might be a little heavy, but it should be good enough for you.
I'll ask it. Thank you.
Alright. Eric pulls out his sword while it's still in the sheath. Can you fix this?
The woman reaches out a hand for it and frowns. Draws the sword from the scabbard, looks it over and goes, "Dear, oh dear, oh dear. What have you been doing with this?"
I scratch my beard and...
You've been battering the side of a building or something. It's all cracked and bent out of shape. Well, there's not much I can do for that. You need a miracle to fix this thing. The old priestess Trellis Mavane, she might have fixed this, but she's been gone for a few days now. I hear there's some new priestess moved in at the new chapel. Dark-haired woman, Winter something or other. You might want to go see her about it.
Alright. Take my sword back.
She hands you back the scabbard as well. So Cassandra, Renacia goes over to see Journeyman Terric, and he does have the sword. It was going to be a bigger sword, but because it got burnt in the fire, it developed a weak point and had to be shortened. So you can purchase a short sword for, was it 10 gold pieces or a bit less than that?
Let's see. I think I definitely have enough for that. But anyway, I'd like to speak to him to see if I have other options as well.
Well, he's interested. If you have a particular design in mind, he'll start working on it. He's actually, he's actually interested to finally be able to talk to someone in town with a similar enthusiasm for weapons. So, oh yes, I'd like to make a better sword. I mean, this was my first one, and it's not that great. But if you want it, you can have it. But if you, I could try something else.
Well, I'd be happy to have it for the moment at least. But I do need something. I'm not sure if I could say specific, but I will.
What? Bigger, sharper?
No, not
lighter,
bigger,
slimmer, heavier.
Sharper, definitely. You see, I'm not used to handling close range fights. In fact, I don't think I've ever actually done that.
So you're a bit concerned about getting close to, maybe some sort of guard around the hand to make you feel a bit more safe and confident, so you'd be less likely to get your knuckles grazed or something.
Well, if you put it like that, definitely. At least I wouldn't be so clumsy as to harm myself in a fight.
He looks you up and down, and what sort of size is Renacia again?
She's definitely on the rather bony side.
Okay, he looks like he was about to say something and then reconsiders drastically. So I've got this idea. See, have you just got a moment? And he kind of bites the corner of his lip and pulls out a piece of chalk and starts drawing on a spare slate board beside the forge.
Yes.
So he performs a very crude sketch. So it would be kind of like this, and then this bit would sort of wrap around here, see, and then your kind of thumb would go in there, and imagine a very crude approximation of something similar to this.
Let's see if I can actually see it now. Oh crap, I'm glad to use that instead. No, wait, hold on. No, sorry, it's just, yeah. Skype on this computer is rather iffy.
It's rather awkward, okay. Essentially, it would be not dissimilar to a Scottish basket-hilted broadsword, which is basically a bloody heavy thing, by sword standards.
From the looks of it, it's heavy.
Oh, I could do something like that, but with a lighter blade or a smaller blade, maybe.
It's very intriguing and quite like the guard, but definitely nothing too heavy. A good range and sharp. Yes, very sharp.
All right, he says. Leave it with me. I'll it'll be a few days, mind.
In that case,
could I ask for a sort of down payment of a few coins first, and you could obviously have this this practice piece of mine while I work on it.
Of course. How much do you need?
Say 2 gold, and you get to borrow this till it's done, and then you pay the difference when it's made.
Of course.
Binter gives him a look like, you seriously letting this go for just 2 gold prepayment, and he doesn't seem to notice at all. And she kind of goes, ugh, and looks away. The deal is done. Did anyone else want to... Sorry?
Sorry, no. The deal is done. So I borrow the failed sword for the moment while he works on a new one.
I have nothing to do with the blacksmithy, so I just stand there and wait.
I just looking at maybe some of the chain shirts.
Mm-hmm.
There really aren't very many. Remember, this place specialises in things like wrought iron gates and
Yeah.
pots and pans.
And horseshoes.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll take... Just there's not really anything reaching out and going, get me! I'm just gonna go, okay.
So consider
and
that...
Take care to the woodworkers.
Okay, consider that weapon to be a... short sword with a -1 to hit penalty, because it's just a bit badly balanced.
Alright, I'll have to do it then.
Just remember it's a temporary weapon. And there will be something better coming in the future.
Well, I'll have to... Oh dear. I'm gonna go into edit, don't I? Start making that.
Yeah.
Hey.
Evan, do you want to do that?
Sure.
Cool.
Great.
I'll do it in
It
a
just makes
second.
things a bit quicker. So then you all head down towards Farmer's Square, where there's lots of hobbits living in this part of town, lots of little halflings, very cheery people overall, but even some of them look concerned and, they don't seem worried by the constant fog, but more by the disappearances in town, the strange murals that have appeared on their walls late at night, and the sounds they've heard late at night. So they all look a bit concerned, cautious and worried. But you are able to find a few willing to talk to you, and I believe, Evan, it was
Just it was a -2 to hit or a -2 to damage.
-1 to hit.
Okay.
Because it's badly weighted. It's
Gotcha.
it's basically a long sword with half the blade missing, cut down to be a smaller sword essentially.
Okay.
So
I
it's
called it failed
it's kind of a
short
bit back end heavy. Okay, cool.
But it's ready.
So then, Azure wants to go visit the woodcarver here, who I don't remember if we ever gave him a name or not. I don't think we did.
There you go.
Hey, nice.
Good practice roll.
If that's failed, I need those dice.
Well, I don't think it really counts if Evan is rolling, you see.
See, I wasn't sure which one of you did or not, but...
No, I tested it.
So, you managed to find the carpenter's place.
Because I've been there before.
Yeah. And
Knock.
you knock at the door, and his daughter comes to answer for him.
Hello again.
He says, "Oh, hello." And she smiles. A slightly awkward smile.
How's your dad doing? You feeling better?
A bit better, yeah. He's taking it a bit easier at the moment. Did you want something? And you
do
hear a kind of
Um,
angry curse from inside the house.
um,
And she says, "All right, not so well."
well, I kind of have something of a fun request for him.
Uh-huh. You'd better come in, but be careful. He's not in the best of moods right now.
And I'll turn to the others, and it's kind of crowded inside. Y'all can wait here.
No problem.
After Evan's done with his scene, I would like to speak to the people outside during his scene.
Sure. So you head inside and you find the elderly carpenter, and he looks up at you and he's kind of just nursing, the palm and back of one hand. And he says, "All right, hello again.
Hello again.
What can I do for you?"
I would like a wooden mask made.
Mm-hmm.
With a like a leather tongue attached to it, so that it can be worn over the head.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll hold up the blue bunny doll and go, this is what's inspiring it, and I just need
That?
yeah. So I
What
need a bunny
devil
mask.
deranged mind came up with that?
I don't know. I found it, and I just want a matching mask. I mean, I'll paint it.
Or,
I just
alright, this mask, do you want it painted before you get it?
no. I'll do that. It could be plain. I just need
I see.
the eyes to be separate, and it doesn't have to have a moving mouth.
Your
That's
face,
fine.
right? You,
I'm
you want
not
it to
gonna be
fit,
wearing it.
or who's going to wear it?
Oh, it'll be someone about the size of me.
Alright. He mutters and
It'll be for a girl.
Uh-huh. Do you want
And-
the features to look a little more girlish?
No, they could be male. But I want
It gives you a
When-
very odd look.
if it's entirely possible. I don't know if it is or not. I don't know how much. I don't want you to exert yourself too much, if you don't have to. But can you have one ear be kind of flopped down, and I'll like have one hand standing up and one hand tilted over, like
Mm-hmm.
it's
He nods.
Just,
He
yeah.
says, "Come here, girl."
and whether it's creepy or whether it's cute, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to create it to look like.
Come here.
Sure.
Let me get the measure of you.
All right.
And once you approach, he reaches up with his hands and he begins to poke and prod and get a feel for the shape of your face.
Okay, and I'll close my eyes so that he doesn't accidentally poke me in the eye.
And he says, "Alright, be a few days."
How much do I owe you?
We'll see. Payment on delivery.
If you've got oddball wood that you haven't found a use for, you can use that, and I'll pay you for that too. So if you want like extra for pricier woods, then that's fine. If you don't have the pricier woods, then that's fine too. I just, I know your daughter was very concerned about you, and I don't want you to have to be breathing in too much sawdust.
He says, "Oh, this won't be turning. This will be other skills. There should be less dust if I'm careful."
Well, for now, I'll help your daughter around the house if you like. I mean, I have coin. That's not the issue. I'm just trying to make your life a little easier today.
Alright, just don't be too long. And
Sure.
he sits there for another sort of 20 minutes, half an hour, finishing his break before going off back to work again.
While he's finishing his break, I'll go and talk with her and basically just catch up over the last 24 hours. This gives them time for their talk outside as well.
Make me a diplomacy check.
Something I am and am not good at.
Okay.
Am not.
Okay.
That would be because I have no ranks in it.
So, while you talk to her, you learn that she's very uncomfortable. There's been strange things going on in town, but you don't really get anything specific out of it.
Okay.
Alright. So back outside, Eric wanted to do something.
Right now, who all is walking around with us? Is it everybody, or is it having split up?
Pretty much everybody, I think.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I pull out the sword while still in the sheath, and I look at y'all and they say, "According to the blacksmith lady, I need a miracle to get this fixed, so she told me to go see a priest, or a priestess, or whatever it was. Some lady at the place over blah blah."
That'd be winter.
Yeah. Y'all know what they're talking about?
Nope.
Well, we need to
I
stop over
don't
there.
deal with priestly magic. I have to go over there anyways if we're talking about going to the fort because she wants to go with us.
I still got a gaping wound in my side. I probably should get a priest to look at it. But the sword needs to be fixed first.
Yes, it would make things easier to cut off people's fingers with the sword.
I don't know. I'd probably miss and take the arm.
Yeah, that might be more effectively achieved with a smaller blade. Perhaps a pair of garden shears.
Next skill rank I get, I'm taking profession, like steward or something like that, represent the housekeeping I've been helping with.
Okay. Right, are you guys doing anything else here, or are you kind of moving off now around town?
I'll re-emerge and okay, that's arranged.
We gotta go stop and talk to a miracle worker. Apparently, I need the one to fix my sword.
Oh,
Well, fortunately, you can head across the bridge, past the old abandoned house where you fought the ghost, and back down this road to Newchapel, where you will find Winter Klajka and all the inmates from the asylum.
can I, on the way there, can I see your sword?
They'll look at you suspiciously.
I just want to carry it for a little bit.
I don't know. You might give it to those outsiders.
Oh no. I don't have Una out right now. I keep getting argued at by the others because I keep scaring people, so.
Fine, but you stay in front of me so I can watch you.
Okay. And I'll slowly, while we're walking, I will be like talking to the sword, telling it a story.
Mm-hmm.
And truth, I'm casting mend. It takes 10 minutes, but you know.
I mean, it's going to take a lot of mending to remove the broken condition, isn't it? Right.
It gets the broken condition when it's at half or less health.
Yeah.
And if it's a two-handed sword, it's got, I think, 10 hit points.
Let's say it's down to about 3 or 4 then. And mending
Okay.
would do a couple of points, wouldn't it?
G4.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that would probably fix it then. That's okay. So, Glenn, how nice of you to speak up. As you approach Newchapel, there's a bit of a commotion inside.
Oh, great.
It
Head
doesn't
in.
sound like... No. It sounds like people are happy and confused and... Yeah, but it sounds like a kind of general raucous occasion rather than some kind of riot kicking off.
Okay, I will head in.
So you head inside. Many of the inmates are excited. They're like sitting on hands and knees, you know, battering cups against plates and stuff to make sound, and cheering, and there's clapping, and they're kind of all gathered around two people at the centre of the congregation, and you see Winter Klajka and Juglin Rivercane in his yellow-stained bedsheet, with his awkward haircut and a smudge of yellow something like chalk still on his forehead that hasn't all been fully washed away yet. And he stands and straightens and takes a step back from her. And you remember Juglin Rivercane from the asylum. And then Winter raises a finger to her lips, and it takes a while for the din to die down. And then he opens his mouth and looks her in the eye, and he says, "Words no longer fail." Ah, 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 ah. And he laughs and he begins to dance with excitement, and some of the inmates run over and grab him and twirl him round, and he seems ever so happy. And then Winter turns and sees you've come in, and she dips her head a bit as if ashamed of something or embarrassed, but she does manage to smile.
Oh, see if you can think of something other than words fail.
He managed to say something different.
Yes. I'm happy for him.
So, anybody else want to?
I will. Where are all the children up there? They're from the asylum?
Yes. Yeah, they mostly seem to be about, although one or two might be off. One's missing at the moment. One, the little boy, Lyclan. Was it Debus Lyclan, or his brother was called Debus? I can't remember. I'm so glad I... yeah, it was Brenton Lyclan. Brenton Lyclan is missing at the moment.
Okay. I will go up to, the sister that cannot speak.
Oh, yeah, Yopchik.
Yeah.
Mura Yopchik, the bald woman. Yeah.
Mhm.
She sees you coming, and as you approach her younger brother, she goes, "Ugh!" and steps him away. But she smiles at your approach.
Well, I actually came to see you, young lady. I need your help. I pull out a pound of chocolate. I need you to help divide this up between the children and some of the adults. But make sure the children get their chocolate first.
She grins and reaches for it and tucks it away as one or two of the other inmates observe it and begin to move a little closer. And she glares at them and they back off.
And then I will walk up to Winner. Winner, we're about to head to the fort. I know
Yes?
you wish to go with us there.
I did. Yes, Captain York. And Captain York looks over and says, "Yes, what is it?" She says, "Can you look after them for a while? I'm going to be busy. This is important." And he says, "Now? Really?" And she says, "It's important." And he says, "Oh." And immediately realizes what she's referring to exactly. So they've clearly arranged this beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
She
Also,
runs a hand through her hair and says, I'm sorry, I didn't think of this earlier. It's a miracle. I don't know how this happened, but last night I had a dream and I just had to... It must have been a vision from the goddess herself. I did as instructed in the dream, and it's worked. I've managed to reduce this man's disability. I am so happy. I'll need to be writing back to the church in the capital right away. Well, when I get back. But yes, we're going now, right?
just
Wait.
a couple of things real quick. Can we step off to another room real quick?
She says, "Well, yes, but
But
are you
we
sure
will
you don't
be
want to have a
heading-
witness present?
Wait.
There's been incidents in the past." Yes? What is it?
You fix this? And I grab the sword from Evan's character,
Mhm.
and you look at it, and it's
And-
like,
It's almost.
it fixed itself.
She says,
I can tell it another story if you like.
There you
It's
are.
most of the way.
the goddess, the miracles of the goddess are plentiful.
Also, I have an interesting... Can you look at this and tell me what is different about this spell?
I suppose I can try.
Well, it is a restorative spell, but there's just something different about the wording that I'm not a...
She looks at it and frowns and says, Why, this is most fortuitous. Last night I dreamed, and the goddess Pharasma instructed me that the miracles of restoration might be capable of restoring the mind as well as the body. And so whoever purchased this scroll was attempting to use it to restore the mind, and had specifically used the correct form of ritual for mental healing. If the goddess has not instructed me, this might have pointed me in the right direction. Would you like me to use this scroll now? Are any of you afflicted with some form of madness?
I don't think so.
Not that I have realized.
Very well. She passes
don't
the
like-
scroll back to you.
I don't like being around rugs.
You don't like being around rugs. Do you
They're scary.
have a how long is this? Come here and tell me about it. And
Okay.
she takes the scroll back.
Also, she is
And
suffering
looks it
from
over.
the same poisons that affected me.
Ah, I see.
You should be careful with her. She works with the outsiders. She might be a traitor. I'm not sure yet.
No, it's just an idle one.
She takes the scroll and reads over it and reaches out and lays a hand on Azure's forehead and recites the wording from the scroll, and as she does, the scroll crumples and crumbles into dust. However, this is where the fun gets to begin, isn't it?
I cough every now and then because I am kind of weak right now.
Irvin.
Yep.
So Azure can remove 1 point of sanity damage,
All right. Takes me down to 7 points of sanity damage.
and that will also do something else, but you won't know about it yet.
Okay.
Okay, it's been done.
All right.
You do feel marginally less insecure around carpets in the future, but only ever so slightly.
All right.
It's got a long way to go.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. However, understanding that you were also poisoned, she casts a very similar spell, and you do feel 4 points of constitution return as life just flows back into you.
Sweet Jesus.
Wow.
Now I only have 5 points of con damage on me.
Wouldn't that be sweet for Erasmus?
Yeah, it would.
I've been sitting at a 5 out of. Let's see, I've still got another 5 damage on me, so my normal
So 13?
constitution is 13. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's my question. I'm suffering from melancholia, isn't that right?
Yeah. Is that on set yet? That is 1 day still to onset.
Yay! I have double the health I had before.
Does
So,
that mean I am
so
probably
it's
not-
coming.
Right. Can't do anything about it until it actually happens.
However, you now all set off through the city, heading towards Fort Hailcourse.
One more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help me out with these acid burns?
Yes. Let me see now. I'll do what I can. Here, and she reaches out and places her hands on her skin and begins to gently massage the skin and the flesh. And she's actually got really soft, gentle hands. And as her hands knead and rub at the flesh, it seems to feel like it's softening up and flowing. And when she removes her hands, your skin is significantly less scarred. And you can restore 12 points of health.
Hey.
As you move away from the old chapel, she mutters, "I do hope whatever is causing that incessant screaming will stop soon. It's been happening almost every night, and it frightens the inmates." And I will now give you all a teleport link.
Will you do something before I take that teleport link?
Yeah.
Please draw me a card. I'm not doing a summoning. I'm doing a reading for myself on my Herod ability.
I never can remember which one it is. Is it this one? No, it's the other one. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
The
Wisdom.
Queen Mother.
Yes, this means that, let's see, at any one time for the rest of the day, I may apply a +2 bonus on any d20 roll modified by the card's suit. So it drew Wisdom, so I get a +2 on any Wisdom-based die roll for the day, but only once. After the roll is made, success or failure doesn't matter.
I'm just going to reveal a little more of the map so it's a little more obvious what you're looking at.
For some reason, I got kicked back to the main map after I teleported.
You should be okay now. A few people arrived off the edge of this map because when Paizo and their less than infinite wisdom created this map, they put the edge of the map really close to the castle gates. So, as you stride up the hills, the castle begins to loom out of the mist. You see its tall walls and intimidating towers with mighty ballistae at the top of each, pointing out, looking over the town. And also, you presume, on the opposite towers on the far side of the fort, looking away in other directions. There are a couple of arrow slits. You'll notice I've made the arrow slits intentionally far too wide for line of sight purposes, but you shouldn't be able to see through them that much. And there's a large pair of double doors here at the front of the fortress with a latched window section in that someone could open to look through, and flanked by double towers. And it's all very quiet. What do you all want to do?
Listen, can you, listen in case there's any unusual noises.
Sure.
I'm going to begin taking the next 7 rounds to call forth my Eidolon.
Okay, so while you do that, Paul, you want to make me a perception check? You listen, you
The
hear...
map is not visible, so I cannot come back to it.
Oh, one moment. Map. Player visible. It should be visible now.
Thank you. There we go. All right.
And,
Perception.
Paul, you hear crows cawing overhead. And looking up, you see them, sitting on the trees around the edge of the fort, croaking ominously. And you wouldn't be surprised if one or more of them was a raven, although you would be surprised if it said nevermore and some idiot freaked out and thought that was the most scary thing ever in his entire life for no bloody reason.
Yeah,
And then an entire culture got obsessed with it for centuries afterwards.
Vincent Price doing that poem is quite nice, actually. But yes, there's a video of Vincent Price doing that thing, and he does it very, very
Yeah,
well.
it was a short story by an American horror author that is apparently the most horrific, scary
Edgar
horror
Allan
thing
Poe.
ever. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've read a few of Poe's things, and they just don't come across as that ominous or scary to me.
They translate to screen very well, though.
Oh, they do that. Yeah, it's just the writing and stuff. Anyway,
Anyway,
so the fort looms up ominously out of the mist,
so
and
the
it's all
fort's
very
empty,
quiet.
apart from birds. So no signs of life inside apart from these birds.
I wouldn't say. I think you can hear dogs inside as well, kind of gruffling and snuffling about. Sounds like the dogs are having some kind of argument.
Yeah, I look here and say, can't hear any human habitation. As I got my ear to the door.
Okay. think I will.
You
step
hear
back.
movement inside the door.
I think I will call Lady Catherine forward.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to place her in a visible spot, or like hiding around a corner or something?
Right over here.
The same goes for Ulna. Is Ulna going to be clearly visible?
Yes, I
Okay.
can't hide her in that regard.
All right.
Yeah, she's not got the incorporeal option, so.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So, you all stand here looking at the vast fortress double doors and discussing.
Yeah, she shall be incorporeal. Well, they said there are people there, so.
Oh, if she's incorporeal, she could just go in and have a look.
Is the door locked?
Of course, she'd be completely visible to those people. You reach out to the fort doors and give a bit of a push, and yeah, there's definitely some resistance. It's probably bolted and barred on the inside. However, at the shoving at the door, you hear some sound and footsteps inside, and then the latch slides open, and you see a woman with short fair hair and a headband looking out. I've even got a picture here. Isn't that nice? Oh wait, I want to make sure. Right. There you go. Hopefully you can all see that. And she peers through. She looks a little uncomfortable and tired, and she says, "Yes, what is it?"
I look to Gregor.
Oh yes.
Is that a ghost?
She's off to the side. She can't see her.
I did ask if she was visible. That's okay, right?
Yeah.
Ignore that. Then.
I mean, yeah. She. I put her off
However,
to the
there are
side.
people with strange glowing symbols on their foreheads, which might give a cause for concern. And I accidentally clicked something, and it's going to be a problem.
We had discussed that my eyes glow and the Eidolon's eyes glow
Oh, lovely.
instead of my forehead.
Yes.
Okay, that works.
Can we come in and speak to someone in charge? I have some questions.
No, I'm afraid you can't come in.
Oh,
The fortress is on lockdown on instructions from Count Huston Lowes IV.
The one being drugged.
Is it this place that we used to work at, Gregor, or is it the other place?
I'd like to speak to Melesnin. I can't even pronounce her name. Melesnin.
Oh, you
yes.
won't find Melisson here. She works up at Iris Hill.
Oh.
I don't know why you'd want to talk
interesting.
to her, though. She's one of the Count's servants.
Uh-huh. She's also
She
taking...
looks back nervously over her shoulder as she hears a sound of movement. She says, "Listen, you don't want to come in here. This is a very bad situation. We're doing our best to handle it, and we really have to..."
Well, maybe we can help. We've been dealing with really weird things since we arrived.
Yes, there's lots of very strange things going on. Look, if you really need help with them, why don't you go to the Sleepless Detective Agency and see what they're doing about all this? I've got
They
enough on
sent
my
us up
plate as
here.
it is at the moment right now.
Like he said, they sent us here.
Well, there's not a lot we can do. We're handling the situation as best we can, and it's really not very easy. Look, I've got to go. I've really got to... And she just shuts the hatch. I was like slash. No, that's not it. Yeah, so she
What a
shuts
rude
that
little
and
bitch.
walks away.
I look at Gregor
Well-
and reach up, grab my sword. Hilt.
No.
Should I open the door?
That There are so many easier ways to open doors, sir.
Oh, this will be interesting.
Back door, maybe?
Are these arrow slits near the ground floor?
Just one moment.
Well, we can look and see if there is a back door.
or a secret passage. There's four types of secret passages.
Ours is normally higher up than that in castles.
Well, you see the arrow slits, you see the great walls, the towers. You hear the sounds of dogs barking in the courtyard.
I would like to be nosy and peer through a arrow slit.
Okay, which one?
This one here that I'm near.
All
So
right,
I'll
one moment.
Move myself to that square so it can be.
Yep, I'm not going to refresh vision just yet because the arrow slits are
Okay.
revealing more information than they should.
Okay.
However, I want to make sure I've got the correct information here.
And when I start to peer in through, yep, there's always another way to look through.
Okay, so you peer through. Make me a perception check, just because of the angle of the window slit might not quite. You're kind of craning your neck, straining, and trying to get the right angle to see something interesting. So you see an entrance hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Opposite you, about 15-20 feet away, you see a pair of double doors, and standing in front of them you see a soldier in what appears to be oh god, what is that helmet? A sallay, a very wide-brimmed sallay with a bow slung on his back, and I think he's in some kind of leathers with a breastplate. And he isn't really looking at you that much. He's kind of looking casually at the door,
I'll
not moving very much.
reach over and like try to get a hold of Gregor's collar and kind of tug him toward me. Come here. Look through here. And keep in mind, my vision, I am a half-elf. If there's light inside, I can see 40. Well, dim 40 and normal 20.
Mm-hmm.
Gregor, look in here.
Okay, I'll take a peek.
At least
So,
we can know what we're
why
up
don't
against.
you make me a perception check as well?
Okay.
This way when we go in.
And of course
So,
I rolled
if they
flat.
attack
You
us,
see
we know
about
what we're up
15
against.
feet away a pair of double doors, a soldier wearing a wide-brimmed sallay, standing by the doors, bow slung over his back, sword at his side, breastplate, and levers. He's not moving. He seems to be looking towards the main entrance where you've all been kind of rattling the doors quite a bit.
Okay. Well, this should be interesting.
Do we want to just like be nosy and check out the place first?
You realize you're having this conversation right by the arrow slit where the guys on the
Arrow
other
slit,
side can hear you,
Yes,
right?
But we're whispering.
Yeah, I know.
Whispering.
I'm just making sure,
Yeah.
Winter is kind of biting her lip and looking a bit uncomfortable. And she says, "She's not here, that's not right. You should have told them we've come to try and find Royal Accuser Amari. She was supposed to come up here and she hasn't come back, and nobody mentioned it.
Oh,
It's not right. She should be
Hey,
here.
we're trying to look for some lady named Marari.
The soldier that you can see through the arrow slit does
Aye.
not move.
I reach forward and bang on the door again.
Do you think he might be like undead or something? Or a construct?
You bang on the door and you hear the dogs
death.
barking louder.
Well, I can't tell you if he's breathing or not.
Maybe only the dogs are alive.
Have
Oh.
Lady Catherine go through the door.
All right. So she drifts effortlessly through the door into a chamber, and I'll refresh vision for her. Now, in this hallway, there's a small cart with 2 wheels, a long bench for people to sit on, and somewhere in this room there is a large standing mirror in a frame. It's not on the map at all, so why don't you all tell me, if you owned this castle, where in this room would you place a mirror so that people could look into it? I imagine it's probably over here, or
Yeah,
that's
what I'm
probably the
thinking.
bench. It could.
I'm thinking right next to the bench.
Okay,
Yeah,
so like
here.
here-ish.
Or here.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I would have placed it right there in front of the
There
door
are
so they could
also-
see it when they come in.
There are also 2 men standing here with matching uniforms, matching armor, and matching helmets, bows, swords, standing to attention. One of them seems to be chewing something, but his jaw isn't moving, and yet in his cheek, Lady Catherine can see there's something moving as if it's being chewed. And then she realizes he's not chewing something. That's a maggot eating away at his cheek.
Great.
And as she realizes this, him and his companion reach for their sword hilts. She also sees that the door, the main entrance, is bolted, and a big wooden beam holds this gate shut from the inside.
I'm in the process of ducking.
Okay, I was going to say, when she's going through, I am looking through her eyes, so I'm concentrating.
And you, now that you can see them closer, you see like this man, there's a fly crawling around on him, and he doesn't even move. And it's not because of some incredible power of concentration or dedication to his, it's not because of some incredible self-discipline, it's because he dead.
Eric, go through the door. The guards are undead.
At this point, by the way, you can all roll initiative because they've drawn their swords.
Mm-hmm.
I get that look on my face while I look at Gregor or the others because I said out loud. I'm like, what? She said we didn't ask. Which my character is kind of clueless at times.
Wow. Okay, so we have Eric, Azure, Ulna, Lila, Lady Catherine, Gregor. Did anyone roll and get overwritten? Yes. Renatia Politis rolled and needs to be got overwritten. Is she even on the same map?
No, she is not.
Ah,
Oh dear.
that would explain it then. So Cass, you know how I gave you like a teleport link quite a long time ago? There you go.
No, I'm staying behind. Blue.
So that was an... Oh, weird.
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay.
We did it. That did a trick.
Right. Is there anyone else, apart from Winter, who I'm about to roll now, missing from the initiative window?
I
No.
know.
Okay, wonderful. So these 2 men have drawn their swords, and they strike at Lady Catherine, blades passing straight through her. I ain't even going to roll dice. Okay, Eric.
I pull my great sword and swing at the door in front of me.
Okay. Heave at that door. You strike the door. Your blade impacts against the wood. It's a big, heavy-ass fortress door. As you can imagine, there's a clunk like an axe striking wood. it doesn't make much of an impact just yet.
The sucky part is I used to have. I think I had the open spell.
Lila, what would you like to do?
After seeing my associate try to batter his way through the door, I looked confused at him. I'm actually there. And I do my usual kinetic blasting at it. Wondering why we're doing this,
Great.
but obviously there's a reason for it. No idea what. I get +2, +1 to hit, +2 damage, and point-blank shot. I got precise shot, so there's no problems with that sort of stuff. And I press the attack button. It's magical bludgeoning, of course.
All right.
So whatever
So,
DR hardness is,
The door creaks under the impact of gravity
Mhm.
and is severely impacted, but obviously, this thing was built to last. It's going to take a while. Also, it's very nice the module makers gave me a break DC for the door, but not a hardness and hit points, so I'm having to go off memory here.
Can I just maybe lockpick it?
Well, you could, but it's more of a great big wooden beam on the inside in the brackets holding it closed at the moment.
Okay.
If a ghost in there were to become tangible, she might be able to lift that off.
If she wasn't getting her ass beat, which I was hoping that
However,
wasn't going to happen.
It's Azure's turn.
Alright, let's keep beating at the door while the undead soldiers are too busy.
Well, just some mentions that, I have that spell, but I'm not thinking to use it. Because I can't read Glenn's mind, so I'm not going to take his
That's
idea.
okay. You hear footsteps, hurried footsteps inside the keep, in surrounding rooms.
Does Winter Clashka wear armor?
Not really. She kind of wears lots of black stuff.
Okay.
With some greys. She does have a light mail shirt underneath an outer covering, though.
Okay. Then I won't do that. I will, since he's standing in front, I'll refresh the mage armor spell that is on Gregor, since this is a new day, effectively.
As you can see,
never taken off previously.
As you can see, completely accurate representation of a male shirt here in the official artwork. It's under there somewhere.
So, since he's still got one on him, I'll just basically reset the one that's on him.
Okay, so who's that?
That one got put on me by the same day after we got when we got jumped.
Was it?
It is the same day. This day, yeah.
Well, it is the same day. Oh well, then.
Yeah.
For mine,
It was probably a couple of hours ago now, though. So it's up to you.
Yeah, no, I won't be doing that then because I'm completely out of spells at that point.
Okay.
All I have left is 0 levels. I will, in that case...
The dogs are barking louder inside the castle now.
I will step to here,
Mm-hmm.
where I can see the guy better.
Well, remember, arrow slits are only like a few 3 or 4 inches wide.
Oh.
They're not that massive.
Well, I'm basically going to step up to the
Arrow
take
slit.
myself off the grid.
Mhm.
Step up to the arrow slit so I have full view of the guy. He's not near the cover, so he's not going to get the cover, I hope.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
I am, however, firing into melee.
You are indeed.
So I'm marking that. Setting my target. And acid splash. Never mind.
Okay, it sizzles on the floor over here somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I
Renacia,
do have a -1 dex penalty for ranged attacks.
trying to move this along a little because we don't want to get too,
Yeah.
bogged down in the nitty-gritty, although it may bog down a bit because you guys made a lot of noise and probably attracted a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so I will be firing into combat then.
You might want to move to get a position to fire from.
Alright, yeah, no,
There's
never mind.
a big wooden door in the
door
way.
is still firmly bolted.
Yeah, do you want to maybe wait for it to open?
Yeah, I'll wait for it to open. Ugh.
It's got a few sizable dents in it at the moment from people battering it, and it's cracked a bit from the mysterious impact of gravity. However, Gregor, it's now your turn.
Okay.
Would you like to make me a knowledge religion check?
I don't think I have knowledge religion.
Oh, really?
I do not. I have local and arcane.
Okay. Well, you were seeing through Lady Catherine's eyes earlier, which is why I'm letting you make that check now. So, yeah, the door stands before you. There's a dent in it, like a smallest bit of a chop from where the two-handed sword hit it. And I'm not saying it didn't like bounce off, but it's like hitting a big block of wood with a blade only goes so far for first blow, you know.
Okay. I'm thinking it is my move, or is it move or full round to make her solid?
Full round action to make her solid.
Then that is what I am doing for my full round action.
Awesome, that makes it her turn then. And she becomes physical.
Yep, which I have to change that
Yep.
to.
And then she drifts over to the door and reaches out to lift the beam, and the soldier next to her strikes her at her with his sword while he does so. Let me know when she's physical.
She is now physical.
And I'm gonna check if he has any important feats like power attack, because you never know, it could happen. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, that's interesting. Oh, he certainly strikes her with his sword there.
Wow.
The blade does not pass through her, it sinks into her form, but the wooden beam clatters to the floor, and the doors are now able to be forced open. Winter waits for something. She hesitates. She clearly, well, has her reasons. And it's Ulna's turn.
Ulna, since you said the door is open, correct?
No, I said the beam has been removed,
Okay.
and the door can be opened.
Ulna moves over to here, looks to Winter, and says, "I've been ordered to guard you, miss." And she will do a aid another to provide her with a bonus to her AC.
Lovely. So now, this man closes, and they both strike at her once more with their blades. Yeah, they are not quite professional soldiers, but hey, they're doing what they can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. There we go. Well, at least they're not going to be completely murdering everything, so that's good. Although she is oozing sludgy ectoplasm horrifically. Eric, you hear the beam fall, and the doors sag on their hinges in their frames slightly, having been battered with blade and spell, and you know that now it should be possible to open them.
Yep. And the emotion drains from my face, and then I slam into it with my shoulder, trying to get it open.
Okay, you barge the door open easily. You barge this one open. This one stops as it strikes the figure of Lady Catherine, the badly wounded figure of Lady Catherine. But you now have clear line of sight to this rotting carcass. Actually, he's not rotting. He's like a very fresh corpse, as if you would see on the embalmer's table. or a mortician's table. It's in
guessing
remarkably good condition,
opening-
actually.
Opening door would have been a standard action, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could take a step and strike.
If the door was open with a standard action, I don't have attack.
Oh, sorry, you could open the door with a move action.
Okay.
Yeah, move action to open the door, step through, and then have a go.
I haven't used this effect today, I don't think, so I'm going to use it. I came step forward, my sword swings forward, and it looks like it grows bigger.
Oh,
Mostly
nice,
a
yeah.
trick with the light.
Remember to click the variant size large for this attack then.
And then I swing.
Oh, you certainly do. The blade bites into him. There we go. And he crumples under the impact somewhat, but he's somehow still standing. Lila, it's your turn. Oh, wait, it's not your turn. Winter steps up, and because I did say, but hold on. If Renacia would like to come out of delay first, that's fine, and Winter will, because person with highest initiative has priority.
Alright, well, I should probably go before her, in case I can do something about it.
Sure.
Okay, and... Ugh.
Are you okay? Sounds like you're suffering. Oh. You fire a bolt and it sticks in the door frame, unfortunately, of all things. Then Winter steps up and raises, clutches the spiral of Pharasma and closes her eyes, and you all feel a warm glow wash out over you. And remain relatively unaffected.
Okay.
Paul?
Oh,
Yeah, Glenn, what did you do that for?
I'm sorry. I was not paying attention.
Ah, well, now now you've looked and you
There we
realize
go.
why, right?
Yep.
30, okay. So 1, and he did not do so well. And you see them buckle and tremble slightly as the energy washes over them, but they seem relatively unaffected by the power of the goddess. Now, Paul, it's Lila's turn.
Yeah, it's like the delay is too crowded, so toggle hold. That's me.
Okay. Azure.
Yes.
It's still very crowded, as you can see.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I am going to try and
Oh, wait.
One
I
again.
messed up. Don't worry. Carry on.
He's still further away from the cover than I am, so just firing into melee.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! He can have a point of damage.
One moment, please.
Mm-hmm.
Which one was that?
Number 1. It's the only one I can see.
Okay. He takes for 1 point of damage. Okay, and would you like to make a knowledge check? Actually, yeah. Renacia, anyone who does have knowledge religion might want to make a knowledge check now.
Awesome.
Okay, skill check, religion. Where are we? It's gonna be... Nope.
Renacia,
No.
these are dead men, but they've been animated by some kind of foul magic. However, there's also some kind of spell preserving them. so that they remain relatively supple and fresh, as if, so like rigor mortis has not set in, and they're walking around and acting almost like humans with very little signs, so you'd have to be quite close to even realise they were dead, and at a distance they just look like normal guards going about their duty. So now that you know that, it's Gregor's turn. And Lady Catherine is in a very unhealthy state at the moment.
I can't reach her because the door's shut.
I know, but you could do a full round action to make her incorporeal again. Among other things.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. Because as it is, there's no way it's bottlenecked up. So a full round action to make her incorporeal. Once she becomes incorporeal, move action, open the other door.
You don't get a full round action and a move action.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Full round means full round, basically. But that's okay, now she's incorporeal, and it's Lady Catherine's turn. The dogs barking in the courtyard gets louder. It's as if they've smelt your presence. Glenn.
She
it's
can only use my touch attack, or my spells, so she could use Disrupt Undead.
She could, absolutely, yes. Wait, is it just deliver touch attack, or is it melee touch attack, or any touch attack?
Oh, that's not a touch attack. I think that's a range.
Yeah, not. I think deliver touch attacks.
I think
deliver touch attacks is just melee touch attacks, but I'm not sure. Best look that up.
That is what I'm going to.
In the meantime, some of you with higher perception skills begin to hear footsteps up on the battlements overhead.
Uh-oh.
She can't do it anyway. She has to be able to see me. I have to be able to see her.
Okay. Actually, you don't hear footsteps. You hear something much worse. Would everyone like to make me a perception check? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Sure, I'll roll.
Call it about a 12 to 15-ish. Okay, so Lila, see those two great big gate towers on either side of the gates, and Gregor actually. And you know, as you approached, you knew there was a ballista on top of each tower. You hear the sounds of each of those ballistas being loaded.
Shouldn't be able to fire this for a dead zone, but never mind.
No, but if you back up away from the gate, then they'll be able to fire at you.
Oh, of course they will.
You see, it's more of a controlling you and hemming you in, and then shooting you if you try and run away kind of situation.
Absolutely. So stay close and stay safe.
And Lila was delayed.
Yes.
Would she like to take her turn now while Gregor's... Oh, Lady Catherine has drifted outside.
Yes, I'll take my turn now. I break my kinetic plate. No, one kinetic because I want to burn.
Let me just drag you down into the current position then and make you the current character. Carry on.
No, I'm still delaying.
Okay, I mean this one it would be firing through cover, but it wouldn't be firing into combat anymore because it's currently unengaged, but
Yeah, have I got line of sight to it?
yes.
Okay, in that case I'll shoot it because that's how I can do it. So
Okay.
it's probably got cover. Well, it has got cover, not probably. Gravity blast. Point blank. Had target as cover. Yes. 1 to hit. 2 to damage. 2 to damage and cover and point blank.
I see what you did there, Glenn. I fully approve. As
Where is it
you
from?
heal up Lady Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite understandable.
It should
Evan?
have point blank. Yes.
Evan,
Yeah.
I may be about to do something for possibly the first time since I ever played Pathfinder.
Mm.
Just saying.
Okay. Sounds interesting, I guess.
Miss.
Okay, you do miss indeed, and it's Ulna's turn. What's she going to do?
She, if she can get to her.
She's standing right next to it, most of the hers.
No. Well,
I said most.
yeah. She, despite her order to help Winter, she is going to move to the other side of Lady Catherine.
Okay.
She is going to sacrifice 6 hit points and restore 3 hit points to Lady Catherine.
Okay. Lovely.
Because it's a 3-hit die Eidolon, and I can stack 2 hit points per hit die to heal somebody else of half that amount.
Alright.
Yep.
So that means that at this very moment, a door opens in the left-hand wall and you see another dead soldier coming through. However, before he does so, this one steps into the doorway, raises his sword, and attempts to sweep it through Gregor, Winterklajka, and Eric, all with one attack, using the cleave feat, which is so very different to how it used to be in 3.5, but I actually had to go and look it up and check how it works.
Door shut.
Yeah, the door in front of me is still shut.
Oh, that's okay. He can open it, and Eric, you can have a he can open it, step into the space, and attack. Eric, you can have an attack of opportunity on him as he opens the door. Thanks for reminding me, guys.
Uh-huh.
You're welcome, I guess.
Let's see. Oh yeah. So the sword clashes off his helmet, leaving a significant dent in the side of his helmet, but he remains standing as he opens the door, and then, with his power attack, just strikes at Gregor. And I should double check something.
I think you only get one additional, so it's only 2 of us.
I'm checking their combat tactics for other stuff.
If it's Great Cleave, it's as long as you're all adjacent, he can go all the way around him.
If it was Great Cleave at this level, you'd be in serious trouble.
Oh, okay, it's just Cleave, then it's 1 extra, yeah.
Alright, so he cuts at Gregor, and Gregor, you kind of swing your sword wildly, and there's a clash as the blades meet, and you feel the impact reverberate up your arm, and you're like, bloody hell, I'm glad that didn't hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the second one
Doesn't work.
strikes at Eric.
Can't.
You have to hit with the first.
The second one,
Oh, the second one. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I forgot there's 2 of them.
well, it's
Yeah.
free now, the door just opened.
Yeah.
Eric, you
Yes,
feel
sir.
the blade bite into you. At least you've got some damage reduction to help you take this beating. And then the one who opened the door strides over, sword in hand. Closely followed by a fourth one. And now I just need to move all the rest of them. And another steps into space behind and jogs out at a kind of fast march.
And you can... should be fourth level at the end of this, didn't you?
Yes. And you see more of them running. And you hear the ballistas are still being loaded up on those tower roofs. I'm not sure what the reload time is, but they're taking their time doing it, and it sounds very menacing and ominous as they do so. Eric, it's now your turn.
Now, normally I wouldn't be able to do this as normal barbarian, but because I'm a dreadnought barbarian, I can think. So, there are so many enemies near me.
Ooh, careful, that sounds dangerous.
I fight defensively, and I believe my trait goes off for having multiple opponents near me.
Yeah, you got 4 foes adjacent. Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
+1 to attack when adjacent enemies. More than 2.
Awesome.
Alright. So, +1 to attack. Fighting defensively, and I'm swinging at the one I hit last time.
Yep. I know him. He stands ready to receive your blow. And yet, that doesn't even make contact. You're kind of leaning back a bit, trying not to get hit, so you swing and misjudge the distance, and he's just that little bit far away, and you miss him by inches. It's very frustrating. Renacia, it's your turn. There's quite a lot more of them now. If only someone had a holy hand grenade or something. or a priestess of Pharasma. Oh, that poor tissue. In case you stepped away a moment ago, you may need to be aware that a significant amount of undead soldiers have arrived.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, look, they have artwork. I can show it to you. Or I have hand out art for them.
Oh, what do you know? I have Alchemist Fire. I could like the whole
nice.
thing.
So there you can all see a nice picture of a undead mercenary.
Do we want to?
Up to you.
Anyway, okay. I'm throwing Alchemist Fire. Tell me how it works, because I haven't actually used it.
Right. So it's a make a ranged touch attack, or yes, the throw splash weapon button, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So you'd select your token, click that. It's special is F3, throw splash weapon, and then in there you just, I think, don't click the secret button. So basically it's a flask of highly flammable stuff that will burn and break on impact. If it gets a direct hit on something, it'll do a lot of damage to that and a little bit to everything around it. If it doesn't get a direct hit on something and just lands on the floor and bursts, everything around it gets a bit of little damage. That is... Ooh, where was the target? Which one?
Which mercenary was the target?
Yes.
The one, number 7. Just to make it the distance not too...
Okay, I won't let you target that one because there's a wall in the way.
Alright, so I guess then that would be number 4 then.
Okay. So you hurl it and it catches on this one's sword as he's striking at people, and it bursts and it hits his space and all the adjacent spaces. Is it 1 point of damage for the minimum?
Yes.
Yeah, so 1 point of damage to everyone in those spaces.
And the fire just rolls off of me, I don't even feel it.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Blame that. Blame that
Actually, Eric, that's the fire damage is energy, so you'd need energy
I
resistance.
have energy resistance 1 fire.
Oh, nice!
Secondary effect of invulnerable rager.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd taken the hot or the cold. Evan, you could have asked, and I'll happily send you a copy of the token as well if you like.
It's okay.
And then I'll put the damage on this one. So that means that Winter's also taking 1 point of damage. Gregor, did you take your damage?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Okay. Just glad that none of you caught it full in the face or anything. Right. Winter will once again clutch her holy symbol of Pharasma and pray to Lady Pharasma to let these poor dead souls pass on to the eternal graveyard in the sky that she is responsible for, and hopefully rolls higher than a 3 this time. Oh, much nicer. And now I have to do batch saving throws for an insane amount of NPCs.
You can select them all at one time.
No, I can't. I
Why?
can't select them all at one time because Eric would be selected as well.
Hold the shift button down. You can unselect him.
Oh, it's not control click then? There we go. Okay,
No.
right, cool. I'll do will saves. And
Then
then
you
I'll go
scroll up.
through and scroll up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Looks like 3 made it, 3 didn't.
Yeah, so 1, 2... Okay.
5.
1, 2, and 5 made it. Awesome. So, what I can then do is... 1, 2... 5. And they passed their saves. This is awesome that I get to do this, this... Oh, shit. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? I know what happened. I cancelled because I thought the window had not gone away. And I have to do it for each of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well they can each take 5 points of bloody damage, and I'll do it manually. Okay, and okay. And then the remaining 3, which I can just group select really nicely, get to take the full 10. And you see them stagger slightly as the holy energy washes over them. And it's almost as if they're becoming aware that they belong in the afterlife. And then Winter backs the hell away from the door because she doesn't want to get hit.
Right.
Then there's a further development. I just need to make sure I get this correct, because this side door opens. Don't you just love it when you trigger almost every encounter in the area all at once?
Oops.
Awesome.
I'm gonna give some of you guys a vision refresh, and then I need to make some tokens visible. And then I need to keep moving them all. So, there we go. There we go. Lovely.
Oh, for burning hands, I don't have it.
And these hideous abominations you see approaching out of the... It's interesting, now you've opened the door, the fog is starting to... the mist is starting to seep into the castle. These are cruel, scaly creatures with bulging eyes and mouths that open and close silently as they step out. These are some kind of deranged fish-human hybrid with
Goldfish.
tridents.
Goldfish, by the looks of the mouths popping open and shutting. Yeah.
Maybe, indeed. They could be goldfish related.
Yes.
And there's a handout.
The pictures. I wouldn't say pretty picture, not a very unpretty picture.
Indeed. They look very... I couldn't find better pictures of fishmen online. The ones I could find were all really not fishman-y enough. It was dodgy, but yeah.
That looks like a corpse of Azure sleeping on the bed with a plush doll.
Can you find Suhagen at all?
Azure, it's your turn. Also, you can see there are rather a lot of foes in there now. These fishmen, their hands are covered with grizzle and gore, and you can see it on their weapon halves where they've gripped them with their dirty hands that they haven't cleaned.
Um,
And they're not quite croaking because they're not frogs, but if they could croak, they probably would. They're making ominous, hissing, fishy, animalistic noises, and they look very hostile and angry and aggressive.
I'm going to, if I've got the range for it, let me check. God, I hope I've got the range for it. If not, I'll be doing acid splash, but...
So you know those times when it all escalates and you sometimes consider running away? Are we kind of reaching that point yet? Or not? Hey, you got the castle door open. You know, that's a good start.
I can get up to 30 feet. That's 40. So I will continue my movement to here. So it's not just 5 foot steps. So I've kind of backed away.
Yep.
That should now put me 30 feet from the door. Not from the targets, but from the door.
Yep.
I will close.
Okay. You cast your
the door.
spell, and this one does not take an attack of opportunity because there's a wall hard corner in the way, and the door closes shut in the face of the remaining fishmen. And the two in this room, and you hear frustrated sounds and hammering and thudding on the door from the other side.
They can open it back up. That's fine. I can't.
Oh, they will open it again. Yeah, I know. In the meantime, though, it's Gregor's turn.
Yeah. I can at least cause some problems.
That's fine.
Fuck. Oh well, I'm gonna die, but I'll take Red Destiny and swing for the fences.
Awesome. Do your best. You're still learning how to use this sword.
Yes, I know.
And you're learning well. The blade bites into the soldier, catching him in the armpit, where the armor is thinner. And it seems to take him slightly by surprise, except he doesn't react to it and doesn't seem surprised. But, you know, he would if he could. So there's your attack. What else would you like to do? You've still got a move action if you want it.
Well, technically, I can take a 5-foot step back.
Yes, you step back into the ethereal Lady Catherine, and she kind of disperses like smoke if you push something into it, and then kind of forms almost around you and through you, and it's all very disconcerting for everyone to see. And now it's her turn. She's still incorporeal at the moment, I believe.
Yes, she is still incorporeal.
Awesome.
I am leaving her that way.
Mm.
God dang it. I'm trying to see what else she can do incorporeal against.
Interesting. Well, she could like go full defense and seriously tank things big time if they're too dumb to realize that she's a ghost. Because these are zombies of some kind after all. Hey, doesn't she have knowledge religion? And also, yeah, you got a good roll. Was it like a 17 or something against these things, Cass?
She got 20 plus.
Yeah, it's 20 something. Yeah, I'll let you know, say, 2 or 3 facts about these kind of dead soldiers if you want. That would be useful. What would you like to know, both of you?
What kind of magic created them?
Sorry?
Specifically, whose magic or what magic created them?
Okay, this would be a necromantic spell, more powerful than would be required to create a normal zombie, because these ones have retained their ability to use weapons and a significant portion of their combat training. So you would imagine these are rather more powerful zombies. You've heard of these on faraway islands in strange tropical archipelagos. They're known as juju zombies, and they are bad juju, and they can do things that normal zombies couldn't do. It's almost as if they're more alive than normal zombies. However, there's also the spell Gentle Repose placed upon them, which prevents them from rotting and keeps them, preserves them, which helps them look more alive at a distance.
I thought that stopped them from actually being raised, but never mind.
Well, it could if it was cast before they were raised as zombies. If it was cast afterwards, it probably wouldn't. Yeah.
Okay, well.
So, Glenn, I'll let you know that they have, combat feats and combat training. And I've just rediscovered that they have channel resistance, so they will have slightly easier saves in future against positive energy, and I'll remember that. Cassandra, I'll let you know they're also resistant to magic and blunt weapons or like stabbing things like arrows and stuff like that. You want to really kind of chop them up. And they are resistant to magic missile, completely immune to magic missile.
Oh dear.
They're also a bit resistant to fire, which I need to remember as well.
Huh.
Now, they're not going to take any damage.
Oh, they're very resistant to fire. Okay, awesome.
They're not going to take any damage from this, but they must succeed at a will save if she hits.
Go for it.
Chill touch.
Awesome. I'm waiting for the touch attack.
Yeah, I gotta cue her up. Touch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you certainly touch him. A will save, you say?
Yep, and it's going to be. Let's see.
That's a very bad will save.
He fails.
That's all right.
So
and what is the effect?
Feared. Since he is undead, he will not take any damage of any sort. He'll be panicked for a D4 plus 1 per caster level.
He will not panic. He's a fucking zombie. He doesn't panic.
It's for an undead creature you touch takes no damage of either sort, but it must make a successful will saving throw or flees as if panicked for a D4 plus 1 rounds per caster level. That's why I didn't take any of the D6 damage or the strength drain. That's what happens to undead for this.
Better roll me a D4 then.
D4 plus 3.
Mm-hmm. Plus 3?
Yep, plus caster level, plus 1 per caster
Oh,
level.
I've got a perfect one for this. You guys are going to love this. Okay, awesome. Awesome. I know exactly what he's going to do when his turn comes around. In the meantime, though, it's Lila's turn.
Plus, I need a secondary will save from him.
Oh, a secondary will save? Absolutely. There's your secondary will save.
And he does not make that. Now he has long-suffering strike. Everybody gets a plus 1 to hit him, and he gets an additional plus 1 damage rolls.
Nice. Everyone gets plus 1 to hit and damage him. That's awesome. Okay, take it away, Paul.
Okay. Get you there. See sign features. Fisherman 3 is my target. Hey, Slimy, catch this.
Give it your best shot.
I said it's a war between us.
Yeah, but you're close enough to it for it not to be a massive issue. I'm tempted, because you're on the wrong side of an arrow slit, to give you a slight penalty, but it's a touch spell rather than trying to get a actual physical thing through there so much.
No, it's a full shot, just like it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not crossing the intervening space because it's just a crushing sort of gravity attack.
Yeah, exactly. You get bonus to hit and damage plus point blank. This was minor bonuses. I'm not that powerful yet. Point blank's up here somewhere, isn't it? There, I've already clicked it. And I click the weapon. Yay! Take this, Slimy! Maybe not.
Yeah. Okay, so it's Ulna's turn.
Yeah.
The less said about that, the better, I suppose.
Hey,
Alright.
I rolled a 4. I needed a 6 of it. What can I say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to step to here. And let's see. This places her back where she's protecting Winter again. However, she's going to attack.
Awesome.
You get a +1 to hit and damage against that one.
That'd be the one up front.
Yep, right in front of Lady Catherine.
Okay. +1 to hit, +1 to damage. Single attack. Did I succeed?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that looks like a success to me. At 26 is pretty damn good.
Okay.
That is him. Yeah.
Yep. And then
Did you
we'll follow
include
that
the
up.
+1 damage in that?
I did.
Awesome.
And then we'll follow it up with attempting to shoving backwards because of my ability.
Okay. An 8
Which
will not
fails.
shove him very far, unfortunately, but you tried.
Yeah. That is also counts as see, claws count as bludgeoning and slashing, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
Right. So he turns and flees for the doors into the courtyard. Lady Catherine, Ulna, and Eric may each make an attack of opportunity on him if they so wish.
Okay.
Lady Catherine cannot.
Okay.
I'll let Eric, because he goes before Ulna.
Absolutely.
Because she's incorporeal and she wouldn't do any damage. I think.
So I'm waiting on Eric to make his attack of opportunity
Yep.
first.
I mean, to be fair, the attack of opportunity might probably drop him at this point, but give it your best shot, Scott.
Yeah. Working on it.
You can do it. Yes.
Okay,
you
the
did.
sword carves into him as he retreats, and he stumbles and collapses in a heap on the spot. Just hacked to bits brutally.
Jesus.
Oh,
I said I was
shit.
still going to follow through.
And then he
He'll
takes
fly
another
back
12
over.
points of damage on top of that. So he's
And
even
he
more
falls
dead.
and
And he's
goes to the
just
ground,
torn
of
to
course he
pieces.
should.
Yep. Confetti.
However,
Ah. And Ulna says, "Hey, leave my incorporeal friend alone."
Ulna's getting attacked.
Well, it's because Ulna's obsessed with ghosts currently.
Yeah, she's still getting attacked, though.
Oh, I know.
And he's gonna cleave through into Eric. Which will... Oh, God. Well, he managed to cleave through into Eric.
Fuck. Oh, it's not a confirmed though. Ooh, think.
A 19 doesn't confirm.
Yep, he has a 20
Oh.
AC.
Eric does have a 20 AC. Awesome.
Yep, he's fighting defensively.
Yep. And he has damage. He has 3 points of damage reduction now.
Nope. Only one. It's every 2 levels.
I was wondering why you took 7 damage when he hit you for 10.
I don't think I've taken any damage yet.
Oh, right. So, yeah. The attack's up there. You got hit for
For some
10.
reason, the button's not working, so I have to go in.
Oh, I'll do it. Don't worry.
Excuse the screaming. That was my nephew.
Yeah. Nephews happen. It's fine. This one will also strike at you. Not going to cleave this round, though. He strikes, and why the hell does he have point blank selected for melee attack? I do not know. There you go. That hits you, and he backs up. Then this one will have a go as well. because he can, you know. So their blades slice at you and pierce your flesh, and oh god, that hurt.
Um.
You go into
Actually,
die hard
I
mode.
need a rule call.
Okay.
Let's see. If the barbarian is at negative hit points due to lethal, she immediately. Let me see. If the barbarian is reduced to 0 hit points, 1 hit
Yep.
point of lethal per barbarian.
Is this guarded life? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So what you do is you heal. It's 1 per level. Yeah. You heal 3 points and get 3 points of non-lethal damage immediately. And do the healing first, then the non-lethal. I can do it if you want.
It says nothing about healing. It says that it converts the damage, non-lethal damage.
Yeah.
Then I get damage reduction equal to my barbarian level plus my other damage reduction for it, which is doubled. So that'd be +6.
Okay, so what happens is
5.
3 points of the damage you just took is non-lethal damage now for this hit, right? But you get 3, 4, 8 points of damage reduction against those 3 points of non-lethal damage. So you don't take that, so we just give you 3 hit points back.
Alright, you're gonna have to do it because I don't understand it.
I've done it. There you go. However...
I'm not understanding how I'm gaining hit points. It doesn't say anywhere where it heals me. It just says it converts the damage to non-lethal.
Yeah, but because of the way the framework works, we have to do it as healing. Another one steps in because he's a nasty bastard and a nasty dead bastard. And attacks.
Do I still take the damage?
Your damage has been dealt with correctly.
In other words,
And
you're fine. He resolved it.
yeah. And this one strikes for another 9.
Why are they only attacking him? There's Catherine there too.
Because most of them can't reach her.
I take nothing from that one because I'm still in fighting defensively.
That is correct. So the last one now strides over and attacks. You know, these undead mercenaries, they're no slouch. They're doing their job and they're doing it well. They have their instructions and their orders and they're obeying their orders to the best of their undead ability. And his blade just clatters uselessly against the wall here beside you as you're kind of weaving and swaying from the impact of the many blows that have struck you. And now it's your turn. And you're like, bugger me, I'm somehow still alive.
Yeah, because that effect, I still don't understand it.
It's okay.
Alright, so, in a kind of dead, emotionless voice, he says, I believe I will die soon. And then he swings at the one next to him, here.
Got it. Carry on.
And he's continuing with the, fighting defensively.
Mm-hmm. Your blade cleaves into him. And he is pretty buggered up by that. I believe you've got a move action left if you want to use it, but it's not necessarily... I wouldn't advise it at the moment.
Nope, that's it.
Alright. Renacia. As you contemplate the situation, trying to take it all in, trying to work out what to do, you feel the unaccustomed weight of a sword against your hip that you've strapped there earlier, and you're like, oh yeah, I've got this. But there's lots of people clustered between you and the enemies, and it feels a bit safer that way.
But I can still launch some stuff against...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still got Lacoma's fire. They may be resistant against fire, but
Okay,
maybe
well,
not the fishman.
pick a victim. You might want
I
to
am
slightly
going
better.
to-
You might want to throw against the fishman from over here to get a slightly better line of sight as well.
Yeah, I'll move over here as a move action and then throw it at fishman number 2.
Mm.
Hopefully
Okay.
that can-
You know what? There are people in the way, but it sails through the air and lands on him impressively. He looks up as he sees it coming with that almost like "uh-oh" look on his face, with his big fish eyes wide in shock and horror, and then catches a face full of the stuff. Is it D6 plus 1 or just D6, I think?
D6.
Okay, roll us a D6. And small flames catch the surrounding dead men and they ignore it with their massive fire resistance.
Come on. I just have to make sure.
And, yep.
It still doesn't sound thing that big.
Ah! So he kind of caught a face full of it, but he got like his... You know, he kind of like knocked it aside with his hands and just caught a little bit of a blast with his big webbed fingers.
Actually, he's still on fire. He has to put it out, or
He is, yes.
takes another D6. Yeah.
So...
Wow.
There we go. Burning. Do we have a burning, just
I just put the protection
icon state?
fire icon.
Yeah,
So
you
which
put it
one
on
is
the
it?
wrong one. But no, that's what I was going to do.
No,
So,
I didn't put it on anyone yet.
State protections. Right, there we go. Alright. Winter steps to here.
Oh, that's why he can't hear me. Fishman 3 got pointed damage as well.
Yeah, he took a point of damage, Paul.
Okay, so it wasn't. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And so Winter steps to here and, clutching the Spiral of Pharasma, this time implores to her to preserve the living. All those of you who are alive and within 6 squares of her can recover 7 health. But she's running out of channel attempts. So, you know, she's burnt through a lot now.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, that can't be right. You know what's wrong here?
Well,
It's 3 plus charisma, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her stat block is still missing her extra channel feat, which isn't being counted in with that, so there are
Yeah,
some
like
more
it-
in there.
mm-hmm.
You just give her the extras in her rest bar.
Yeah, I will. It's just that I'd have to do it after the encounter, you know.
Yeah.
So, that's Eric significantly more healthy and Ulna also more healthy. That includes Lady Catherine, by the way, who benefited from
already
that. So
took, yeah.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3. Is no one else damaged? Seriously?
No.
I've already applied healing to Ulna.
Renacia also benefits from this and hasn't applied it yet. And now the fishmen crowd around and begin to sort of lap around, ironically, with their tridents. I'm going to make these 2 hidden because they're on the other side of the door that's been closed, and they move away, and you're not sure exactly where they've got to. But they do not open the door again. These fishmen, they kind of jerk and thrust with their tridents, trying to get through the mass of corpses, but are unable to do so. And it's Azur's turn.
Okay. The mercenary number 5. He's got visible buckles.
Yeah, he's got rivets in his armor and buckles and straps.
Would it be possible or plausible to do the open spell on some of his buckles?
No, because I think it has to be unattended.
Okay.
And it specifically is like doors and boxes and things like that.
Okay.
If you were like
In
an
that
arcane trickster with, like, you know, mage hand or something like that, then yeah, sure.
In that case, I will simply step to here
Mm-hmm.
and acid splash the fishman who's
Okay,
not
but
really
I'm
with
going to
anybody.
give him cover this time because you're trying to get a physical thing through the gap, and it's designed to go the other way. So not cover, just a -2 instead of the full cover modifiers.
Okay. Let's see. -2. Target fishman. Reach the most. Yep, still there. Alright. Acid splashing.
You acid splash him, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not attacking anybody with that War Razor unless they're adjacent to me.
That's okay. Gregor, it's your
'Cause I
turn.
have -4 to hit with it.
Yay! The guy all the way in the back, Mercenary 2.
Um,
I'm pretty sure he will have
yeah, okay.
cover against me,
I reckon so.
but I am doing my ranged attack.
Ooh, is this Disrupt Undead time?
Yes, it is.
It's Disrupt Undead time! Hooray!
And he has cover,
Yep.
but not higher ground.
Oh.
Fucking hell, I miss.
You try, but there's just so many people in the way, it's really hard to get a bead on him. And it's Lady Catherine's turn.
Oh, well, hails, bills, and shotgun shells. Well, it worked so well the first time. I will do
Oh.
chill touch again.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Make that touch attack. Well, you definitely got him. So 2 will saves, right?
Yep.
There's the first one. Against the panicked, and there's the second one against the other negative condition.
They make both of them. Oh well.
Okay. Well, you tried.
Okay, let me see. It's off of my wisdom. Yep, 14.
Would she like to move? Remember, she's incorporeal, so other people can stand in her space at the moment. I don't mind.
No,
I'm
'cause
just checking.
right now she's kind of they're kind of not attacking
Okay.
her, realizing they can step
Lila,
through her.
it's your turn.
I take 5 step back to try and see what Gregor was trying to aim at. I see some dead mercenary and say,
You see plenty of them. Which one are you interested in?
the one he's shooting at, number 2. Obviously, it's got cover.
Obviously, yeah.
Yes. So, I get to do this. Gravity Blast. Yes. That bonus to hit. 1 bonus to damage. So it's that one, yes. 1 to hit. 2 to damage. Target has cover, absolutely. Point blank. Fire! Roll a 1. What'd I say? Happens. Oops, missed. I see what he's trying to do, Brian. Roll a 1.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm distracted by there's so many of them.
Yeah. Just bear with me one moment, and it's Ulna's turn. I am. Oh yeah.
Well, let's see.
Evan, you've made this very awkward for me.
I have? How so?
You may find out later.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with the first attack going into Undead Merc number 3. If I successfully drop him, I'm going to take a 5-foot step into his square if possible, and continue into the next target.
Okay, bear with me one moment.
Okay.
Carry on.
So, seeing as how I didn't, I missed with both. It's okay.
Alright, well, good
She
attempt,
will-
you know?
Yep. We'll be done.
One moment, please.
What did I do? Pull the entire castle?
Not exactly. Not exactly.
Okay, good.
I'm not going to tell you.
Good,
Okay.
good. I don't feel quite as bad then.
I'm not going to tell you yet, but you may find out later. Alright. So, wait. That was Ulna's attack, yeah?
Yep.
Yes, Ulna's done.
Okay, welcome to the world of nasty, intelligent undead.
Mhm.
Okay. Scott, I want you to pay attention. This nasty bastard here is going to try and grab you and drag you back into the middle of this group of people with these two on either side assisting. So you can make an attack of opportunity on him. As a vicious gleam comes into his eye and he reaches out to try and just grab you. All three of them are just grabbing. And you hack into him with the sword for 11 points of damage, which will give him an 11-point penalty on this combat maneuver check. Which hopefully means he ain't going to do it. So here come the assists first, okay? There's an assist. Wow, we should have had him do the roll. And there's an assist. Bloody hell. Oh, and I'm doing this with power attack penalties. I'm going to do a dummy attack to turn off power attack, okay? And they were rolling that with power attack turned on. Maybe. Right, there's his dummy. That's cleared. And now he's going to perform the drag attempt with a -7 penalty because +4 minus 11 is -7. And your combat maneuver defense at the moment is 23, so he moves back to here and does not drag you into this space in the middle of them all where you would have been in a seriously compromised situation. However, this one now steps up with his sword and strikes at you. And you manage to, it glances off, you parry it, and feel really lucky to be alive. And then this one in the doorway decides that he's going to strike Ulna and cleave through into Lady Catherine. Here's an interesting fact, Evan. If they have point-and-blank shot in the stat block, it automatically applies it to their initial attack, even if it's a melee attack, and you have to remove it afterwards. So he doesn't really hurt her very much, so his blow stops there. Right, that's all of them done because 2 assisted, so they actually did a lot less damage. Eric, it's your turn. You sense now that they really, really, really want to kill you. Actually, mate, they don't. They're dead. They don't care.
Alright, I'm gonna swing at this one again because he's
Awesome.
the one I was fighting earlier.
Yep, sure.
Miss.
Okay. You do, sadly. Do you want to move into Lady Catherine's space or stay where you are?
Isn't she there?
She's a ghost. She's not really occupying the space, she's just in it.
Mhm.
Which is an amusing way of describing the situation, but it's a highly accurate one.
Yeah, it is.
She doesn't take up the space, but she resides within it. So he steps back into the same area as the ghost, and she kind of drifts and weaves around him like a extension of the mist, slightly more welcoming. Reynasia, it's your turn. Let's put Lady Catherine on the bottom for now.
Well, my turn just ended, so I figured his turn would be coming up.
And more importantly of all, I'm getting sick of having this fucking teleport pad underneath 4 of you, making it harder to select you, so I'm going to do something about that.
Okay.
I can't move. I can't get low in like it. Maybe I could move here. beside. No, that wouldn't
Yeah,
work.
you could. I mean, it's a bit harder fighting around a corner, but you can still do it.
Okay, so that would be cover, right?
Yes, it would be.
I'll go for
But his defences are also lowered because he's been taking big swinging sweeps with his weapon, not caring much for his defence.
Well, something is better than nothing.
Mm-hmm. You swing at him round the corner, and your blade, clinks against the corner, and you feel it jarring up your arm, and you're like, "Oh, damn it!" Winter now, she's out of those, but she's still. Yeah, you don't know what those are, but. Huh. She reaches out and lays a hand on. Oh, hey, she's got that domain. Wouldn't that have been more useful to know? Oh well, awesome, yeah. Hey, Eric. Have some healing. There you go. A whole 11 points of healing.
Ooh.
She reaches out and murmurs a prayer to Pharasma, and Eric feels energy flush and flow through his body as his wounds seem to close up, and he seems significantly more healthy than before. And if he doesn't click that button soon, I'll do it for him. Fine, I'll do it.
I never saw it show up.
That's because I only sent it to Scott and myself.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, sorry, I got called away. My mom needed help.
That's okay. Welcome back. You are being attacked by a fishman, but you have been healed. Why does this fishman seem to have no weapons? Ah, there we go. Right. Does he have any interesting feats? Yes, he does, but none that he's going to use right now. He jabs you with his trident for 5 points of damage. At least you got some damage reduction. Wow. I'll do that for you because you're obviously a bit busy. Right. And then the other one actually moves up to the arrow slit and pokes his trident through it Azure, but you will have cover.
I already did it. I have to type it in. I can't click the button over there.
I'll do it, don't worry. You get I'll give you 4 points of healing to make up for it.
Alright. It just takes me a while to type it in.
That's okay, I've done it. Wait, hang on, that's... No, it is correct. You should have taken the damage. Okay, back down we go. There we go, that's correct now. It just double showed up for some reason, because I know the why, but it's just hard to explain. So,
There are 7 me taking damage there. That means I did 1, you did 3.
Yes, but it shows the same health total afterwards, and it hasn't doubled up. So, Evan, I'm granting you cover here, but I'm not marking you as a target because of the distance, and it would give penalties, okay?
Okay.
So, Trident is thrust through into Azure, and she takes 3 points of damage as it's kind of jabbed and just, jabbing and poking through the arrow slit and not getting very far. And the fishman goes at her as well. Don't ask me to do that again, it hurt my throat.
I heard that, yes, yeah.
And it's her turn.
Well, let's see here. Let's go back to the grid and
get away from that arrow slit.
Yep, pretty much. I'll come over to here and go full defense because I now have 9 hit points left.
You might have wanted to go full defense before you moved, because just in case anything nasty happened along the way.
He had
Right.
cover, didn't he?
Yes, I know, but there could be other
Right.
nasty stuff going on, like whoever's loading those ballistas up on top of these towers, and if you went too far away, you might get shot.
Mm.
You know, they might do something from up there, like fire arrows down at you.
Let's hope not.
Take it away, Glenn.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Would you like me to bring Lady Catherine to the front now?
Yes.
Okay, one moment. Here you go, carry
My
on.
action will go off next round. I'm doing monster summoning 1.
Oh, nice. Lady Catherine's turn then.
Lady Catherine will. Oh shit! She can still attack. Hang on. Let me see something here. Okay, I'm doing monster summoning 1. That will leave me with 1 first level spell left.
Alright.
So I will use that. Since she's already enveloping him, it's kind of easy to get to him. D8 plus 3. There you go, Scott. And then she will drift to here.
Okay, this undead soldier hacks at her as she goes, and his blade passes straight through her.
Yep.
Because
And Scott,
they
you get
might be
11
clever,
points
but they're
back.
not that clever. Alright, Lila. There's lots of
Kinetic-
enemies.
Kinetic blade. I move to there. So gather power. Kinetic blade.
Okay,
No burn.
corners are
Attack
cover,
with-
but enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. Attack.
He's
don't
a
know if we-
fish man.
I don't know if you actually have kinetic blade, so get bonus to hit.
Well, now's a perfect opportunity to reacquaint yourself with it.
I am.
Yep.
I remember. So target has cover. Yes. Okay, probably gonna miss, but let's see.
I feel this feels too bright and cheery. I need to be able to evoke the "this is fucking freaky with mists and it's dark and gloomy and everything" feel. Oh yeah, it's also raining.
Yeah, it's also we're getting a shit kicked out of us, but
Mhm.
I do 13 points of magical bludgeoning damage to that fish thing.
Is
Yeah,
that a
I
touch
think-
attack? Oh, it's a
No.
hit anyway, it doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. He is very badly hurt by your attack and does not like it one little bit. He might have to get you for that.
Yeah, it probably does.
Ulna.
If he's got cover, I've got cover. Yay!
Nah.
You know the joy of grabbing round corners where the cover means there's no attack of opportunity?
But the DC goes up because.
Oh yeah, of course it does.
Okay. Well, we're going to try and drop 2 of them this time.
Oh.
Undead Merc 3, followed by Fishman 3.
Go for it. You can even set primary and secondary target.
I intend to do so. Thank you. And let me check one thing. Yep, she has that feat. We're going to activate it. It'll take some penalty to hit for some bonus to damage. And I will still get the opportunity to push them should I hit them. I'm just not going to follow them.
Okay. So you batter against his armour. However, the poor fishman, on the other hand, takes the full brunt of that attack and just collapses in a heap as you hollow
No
out
need
most
to
of his
push.
rib cage.
No need to
Make-
push him as he just collapsed.
Do you want to
Ah.
move into his space?
No,
Okay then.
we've got a bottleneck.
The
Yeah.
dogs are barking even louder. Right.
I
Well-
don't think he can attack me back, is he? Yay!
Let's start with a cleave. No, let's start with me working out which fishman that was so I can close his attack window. There we go. Right. So about that cleave, let's do that first. We'll
Isn't some of these are dead and panicked or something? Are they already gone?
No, only one was, and he was killed before you even got 2 steps.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm out of date then. Sorry.
Okay, he's not having that much difficulty attacking, so he'll keep power attacking. That will not hit her, and he will take note of that.
If he hadn't a power attack, he would have hit.
Yeah, so about that.
Yeah.
This one strides up with almost a big cheesy grin on his face of, I'm not going to be power attacking this time, because he has military training. He will be cleaving though, and he's going to start with Ulna because she's not defending herself as well as Eric is. And he strikes her, which means he then carries on into Eric. Oh, that already was Eric displayed as target, but don't worry, it was her first target, Eric's second target. So Ulna is hit for 9, Eric for 11.
Okay.
Well, so much for that 11 I just gave you back, Scott.
Well, he's got a point of damage reduction, so he's slightly winning here. This one moves to behind the cart and aims a bow at the arrow slit because he can't really shoot across the cart. It would just be too awkward. But so he aims at the arrow slit and then changes his mind and just aims out this way, but doesn't fire. In fact, he just puts his sword away, gets his bow out, knocks an arrow, and they are done. Oh, hey, Evan.
Yes.
I'm thinking triangulation angle. You hear a sound from this left-hand tower. You're not quite sure what it is, and you see the shape of you vaguely beyond the battlements see a man up there make a signal. Before another one on this side steps over and fires an arrow down at you. Point blank. Actually,
Okay.
no, you're too far away for point blank shot, so I'm just going to do it from one of these ones over here, okay?
Okay.
I'll use the initiative holder zombie.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Higher ground. And he just leans over battlement and tries to peg you one with an arrow.
You know that you're not supposed to get higher ground with anything but melee?
Yeah, but in this case he's shooting practically straight down at you. And
Okay.
you were kind of flat-footed against it. Because the way you'd be acting, you weren't that... So that's not going to hit, don't worry, but it's like... It comes
I
really
know.
close. It like whooshes and thuds into the ground beside your foot, and you look up and see the man
If,
leaning down over the side shooting
If
an
I
arrow.
had not been taking full defense, it would have. Because leather armor plus a 9 dex just doesn't cut the mustard.
Evan,
Yeah.
you took the bracers... Oh, the bracers of armor +2?
Oh, yes, I do have those. My apologies. My leather armor's in my backpack.
I was gonna
You
say,
might
I
want
thought you-
to... right, yeah, okay.
No, they are equipped. I mean, it's the same AC either way.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Is Scott away or back or what at the moment? Because we
I-
can wait a bit
I'm
if he
here.
is. Okay, awesome. Well, it's Eric's turn.
Alright. Number 3, which is the one in front of me. And oh, miss. Done.
Wouldn't I give for a flame strike right now?
I need to just quickly check something because there's a lot of stuff going on here. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make me some specific tea so that I can have something from the throat.
Okay, man. Well, I hope it helps. Uh. Hmm. Where is the information that I need? It is not far away. Hmm.
At least she left Creepy Dog behind.
Ah. Right. Awesome. Yeah. So you hear clumping of boots in the fort. More people are coming. Oh, hey, I even forgot to just move this one out here. Yeah, so there's another one. Came out of this side room.
Alright, I'm back.
Awesome.
Welcome back.
Huh? Um,
Damn it. Sorry, I'm needing to keep track of a lot of different things here.
ugh.
Is it getting very late?
Not yet for me.
I think we
No.
can go a few more rounds, but then we may need to leave it, because I'm looking for some very specific information that I need here and having a bit of difficulty finding it regarding what's going on in the fortress.
Yeah, we kind of need a miracle right now.
No.
I mean,
Okay,
essentially, I'm trying to find something very important, and it's not easy for me to find.
Yeah. This thought we got comes after this is the problem. No idea what it is, as you shouldn't do. Yeah.
Okay, I think I found the information that I need, but let me double check it. Got it. Got the information that I need. Okay. So I need to do one more thing. Got it here.
Oh, sorry, that shouldn't happen.
Evan, what you're about
Yep.
to see me doing, ignore it. It's not for you. I'm just doing it so that you understand why I was looking to find out which stairs went down and which stairs went up.
It's perfectly all right. I am looking at the PFSRD for some base saving throw information.
Okay.
Just taking care of something ahead of time. One of my games requires a creature with 36 hit die, and I'm having to build it from scratch
Mm-hmm.
because it's being converted from 3.0.
Ugh.
I see.
Yeah,
Alright. I'm gonna... Oh, that was interesting. There we go. Right, okay. Alright. And one
I'll be
more
right back.
one more thing that I need to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So has Scott taken his turn yet? I don't think he has. Someone had to step away for a brief break. Was it him? I think it was.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Well, we'll give him a few more seconds, and if it drags on much longer, we'll just end the session here. Because honestly, you guys have pulled practically every encounter in the entire place.
Wow.
Run! Let's run! Let's run.
The amount of noise you made at the front door, yeah.
Yeah, that's just like not saying anything didn't work this time.
It's okay. You can say something. We're kind of waiting for Scott at the moment, but yeah. No, there's a reason why the amount of pulling that occurred did. I'm not going to say what it is, but actually there's 3 reasons.
So, while we have a moment, what I've had to rebuild is a giant template, advanced template, half dragon template, dire bear,
Fucking hell.
and specifically half red dragon.
That is an extremely complicated, silly thing. And wait, is this another
It's a
Draco
3.0.
special?
No, it is a 3.0 module that I've been converting to Pathfinder.
Right. Yeah, they did a lot of those crazy combination things then.
And the story starts at about 15th to 18th level.
Sounds like it with templates like that.
Yeah.
You know, you guys you've kind of been pushed outside the gates, but these are all pretty badly. Well, some of these are pretty badly damaged, and you're kind of pushing your way through here. You know. Oh bollocks! No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, it's not okay. None of this is okay.
Oh, you have no idea how not okay it is.
On templates alone, it's a CR12. However, I'm going to be upping that another 10 challenge ratings because they told me to give it 36 hit die. So I'm going to make it a CR22 for commensurate XP. Yay.
Okay, we're gonna put Scott on hold because he's been quite a while now. Renacio, your turn.
Okay. Here we go again.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh! Here we do go again. You thrust around the corner and don't quite manage to contact him. Scott, we
And
put
I-
you on
and I
hold
think to
slightly
myself,
because you were...
Why am I not surprised?
Actually,
Well, if
you
I
think
was
to...
put on hold, I can go after her.
You think to yourself, yeah, we've just taken you off hold now, so you go now. You think actually maybe when you were judging how well Gregor was using his sword, maybe this is actually harder than you thought. You know, it's kind of hard to hit someone when there's a wall in the way.
One in front of me.
That is my only option.
Wow. Which one? The one in front.
The one in
Got
front
it.
of me.
Yeah. Okay. You hack him down. There are now 2 bodies on this space, and it becomes hard ground.
And I will stay where I'm at.
Awesome. So that makes it Winter's turn. She will murmur a prayer to the goddess. She closes her eyes and clutches her holy spiral of Pharasma for a moment. Those of you who have spellcraft may wish to make a spellcraft check. Otherwise, you'll have no idea what she just did.
I can do up to 6th level spells, but actually 5th level spells on that check.
That's okay.
Yeah, don't look
That's
at me.
because of distance.
That's okay.
All right.
Paul, would you like Lila to make a spellcraft check? I believe she's got spellcraft.
Yeah. I will. Lila, skill check is going. Where is it? It's going to shut me off. Okay, skill check. Spellcraft. No idea. She will have found somewhere.
Okay. Okay, you have no idea. The relevant person who passed that skill check has been informed of what it was.
Mm-hmm.
If you could see through her eyes now, essentially she can see the life bars over all of your heads. You hear rummaging with the door, and then this door opens to reveal a fishman who was on the other side of it. You're not entirely sure what went on. And he strides out to just here. However, he is not alone. There is a thing that sludges and slips down onto the floor behind the door. It looks like a grey ooze of greyness. There's really no other way to describe it, but it looks hideous, and it's quivering and trembling with excitement.
Oh,
Do we really need this woman? I'm ready to leave. I'm done. We can go to another town.
Yeah. Until
Another
this
country.
turned up, I thought we had them, but now this changes everything.
There's a picture for you all to enjoy.
I'm ready to go.
The other one kind of it moves to there and tries to jab a trident through the arrow slit at Renacia with extreme difficulty.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Extreme difficulty, and it does not quite wound you. You feel it touch though, and just like grate against you, and like oof, just prodded with the tip. Gregor.
Actually, not Gregor.
Oh, too true. For some reason, I thought it had.
I'm just going to change positions. That's okay.
Okay. You
Still
see,
full sense.
you see the archer on top of the tower just trailing you with the arrows. You know, it's like he's just turning and following your movement, ready to shoot again. And
I've
then
got
you
the
hear,
money in front of me and
then you hear the
warrior
footsteps of the one up on the roof moving towards the roof, and drawing back his bowstring. But for now, it's Gregor's turn.
Okay. Monster summoning celestial ponies. I don't know what I roll for that.
Evan, you can
What do I get? How
help
many
him
do
with
I get,
this.
Evan?
Okay. Is this first level?
Okay,
Second.
I need someone to find me the
First
most horrific, angelic My Little Pony picture on the internet. Because we need to
Alright.
make this token now. No, we don't need to be My Little Pony. That'd just be
Because
insulting.
it's first level, you only get the one. I'm helping you out with it here.
Okay.
You said celestial.
It's a horse, not a pony. There we go.
Yeah, I'm working on it. All right, it's been called. It's been selected as he.
Oh, I just
as
put one in.
Creature. I
The one you put in appeared in the hollow off the edge of the map. I'll just
actually it's okay. Well,
the one you called in appeared here.
Yeah, and the one I called in also has its celestial
Yeah.
template.
Does it need its hit points turning into actual hit
Nope.
points instead of rolling all the time? Good.
Nope.
There you
I-
go, Glenn.
You have an option to do it.
your heavenly
Average.
your heavenly mini horse appears in a not quite a burst of light, but it just it appears and out of thin air and becomes more substantial, and then woof, there it is, and you get your full complement of actions, and so does it.
Oh, good.
It's
Well,
also
we'll do it.
confused and startled, but it senses many foes around it.
Yes, it's going to attack, I guess, 2.
Awesome. Is it going to smite the evil foe?
Probably, because it's undead. And then, yeah.
Awesome. So it's going to...
It'll get +2 to damage.
To damage.
And no bonus to hit.
Yep.
No penalty either.
On it. Any feats? Yes, 2 of them. Haha. Kick. Well, it tried.
Mm-hmm.
And what else?
And
Next
I'm
round, you
going
can
to-
roll it, by the way.
Okay, and I'm going to shoot Mercenary 2.
With...
Okay. Disrupt Undead.
Of course. Do it.
And I can't hit shit today.
It's really hard to get your aim in at the moment. Lady Catherine gets to have a turn, though. Wherever she's... I think she's in the same space as Eric. Oh, no, she's in the same
She'll
space as
move out
Lila.
of the space with Lila.
Mm-hmm.
She'll just move right here next to me.
Given that
and
she moves
wait.
more than one space, this undead soldier will make an attack of opportunity, but will not hit her because she's incorporeal.
Mm-hmm.
They're not clever enough to realise they're wasting attacks of opportunity on her yet. Not even remotely. So, Lila.
And I do have cover, don't I?
You both do, yes. You're fighting around a corner.
I'm the Great Ooze. There's a penalty for using that, please?
Oh god, that. Well, it's got some cover because of the doorway and the wall and everything else and the cart. Most importantly, the cart, because it's on the floor.
Okay, I'll do the attack roll. You give the bonuses up to its AC afterwards.
Okay.
So I shouldn't know that.
This is fine.
Okay?
It's fine.
Yeah, so do this properly then. Single attack.
It's just ooze, you know.
Temporary damage bonus 2. Attack bonus 1.
Mm.
Point shot, absolutely. But I'm not putting any penalties into this, so you have to put the penalties yourself.
Yep,
So my
understood.
Armor class 27, minus whatever penalty, cannot be critted. This is a lose.
It's okay. It's an ooze.
17 magical bludgeoning.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh. And it hardly moves at all.
That's okay.
That's what I think is a problem. Not the rest of the stuff, corporeal stuff. The ooze can come out and kill us.
So, Ulna. It's Ulna's turn.
Oh.
Yes. And Ulna is going to first strike at Merc number 5 in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully... Well, it would help if I selected my token. One moment, I'm having a lag spike.
Uh-huh.
Let me do something right quick. Okay, set that in motion. Let's see if I can deal with this guy. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to drop him. Actually, no. I'm not going to target him yet. I'm going to take a 5-foot step. Into the
Oh,
area.
good.
And I'm going to attack Merc number 2.
Yeah. Go for it.
And if he... Well, let's just see if he lives. I'm going to try and shove him backwards. It's not a grapple. Technically, it's a bull rush, but it's not. It's a push. I did hit him though, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm going to take a -1 penalty because of power attack.
Sure. I'll just do the
And
damage to him first.
That will not push him.
Okay, he is not pushed, but he's very badly battered.
Okay.
Awesome. Ooh, they get turns. This one's gonna hit a pony. And it's going to get flanking.
Yeah, I didn't expect the pony to live long.
Hey,
I
it's
hope
okay.
at least once.
Yeah, it gets struck. There you go. I was just checking damage reduction and stuff from a template. Right, this one's also going to hit it.
God damn it.
No, he's not. This one, on the other hand, is going to attack the woman who just battered him really painfully.
Okay.
Which does not mean having point blank shot turned on. There you go.
Missed by 1.
I was so lucky.
Uh-huh.
And then this
Major
one
and
will step out and cleave. Ooh, so many tempting targets. He's going to start with Winter because she looks like she's wearing no armor, and then go for Gregor next.
Well, isn't that sweet?
Well, he definitely hit her. And she knows about it. Which means that, Gregor, you're next.
Mm-hmm.
And he hit you too.
Mm-hmm.
Take 1 point less damage. Apparently he had point blank shot turned on for some stupid reason.
Okay.
Alright, that's their turns. Except it's not all their turns. As you hear more of them coming down these spiral stairs and into this room here. From the battlements up above.
lol.
The real ones we can have. Oops. Oh,
Right,
We
Eric.
are all so screwed. Why are we still here? Let's just run away.
Because they might chase us into the village.
Does Paul's character have a weapon out?
She's holding a kind of blade of kinetic energy, I believe.
I got a dagger in my hand.
That as well.
A silver dagger.
Now,
Pretty
I
pointless.
think, given the
Dagger.
lateness of the hour, I will call this one at the end of the round.
Yeah, I
And
understand.
I'll just check we're still recording. Yep, good.
So that's flanking.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Do your worst. He can probably take it at the moment. He does, but he doesn't look very comfortable afterwards. You just carve into him, leaving him in a very bad state indeed.
Oh shit, I didn't realise there's one there.
Yes, Paul, he stepped forwards from here to cleave.
I was getting my meds, so I missed that bit.
Ah, okay. That's
yeah,
alright.
I was going to gather parents. Yeah, never mind.
Renasia, it's your turn.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, they come round quickly. Ish.
I can probably make it over here.
You can, yep.
Gosh darn it, why?
There you go. There's lots of people. I'm not going to have him make an attack of opportunity this time because he's busy, distracted by everyone else. And because you had loads of people kind of covering your advance as you did. Ah, you strike at him and he just parries maliciously. Winter clutches the holy spiral of Pharasma and implores her to heal you all for 11 points of healing.
Yay!
Ah. You know what happened? Glenn, did you heal the pony or shall I do it?
No, I did not. I will.
I
do
have
it now.
healed the pony.
Okay.
It's at full health, I think.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to say this one's been down for a handful of rounds now, so he's probably dead, and it's probably not enough healing to bring him back. Or you just see him stirring, and someone just stamps on his head or something. Because you guys have kind of got it rough enough at the moment as it is. Right, fishmen.
If you wish to know, Raph, you can select the HP Dying All button, and it'll do it for all of your dying NPCs.
Yeah, but I
Whether
can't
they're
remember how many
token-
rounds he's been down, so it's fine. So this one steps up and strikes at Ulna. He is this one. Oh good, his attack window is already open. Awesome. He does not like you. However, he'll probably roll rubbish like that.
That's
Yeah.
fine. She
That's
doesn't
fine.
like him either.
And then this one at the back will attack the pony. Yeah, I need to check their stats in between sessions on something, because they're obviously using a weapon and they have natural attacks and they have multi-attack as well. So fun, you know. But I'm just doing a single attack for now, and I'm glad that I did.
Pony for 3 points.
3 whole points. So it's definitely still there. Awesome, that's all the fishmen done that you need to worry about right now, although you can hear a lot of them glub-glubbing nearby.
Yes, I see it as Azure's turn.
It is.
Yes.
You also see... oh, wait, yeah, thanks for reminding me. The man up here on the battlements tries to shoot you, the one up here also tries to shoot you. I'll just do 2 attacks. 19 and a 12. So 1 arrow grazes you for 2 points.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Give me 1 moment.
Yep, we are nearly at the end of the round, everyone. And then we can all say goodnight and go to our sleepy beds. And this is going to be a massive fucking file that'll take like 11 hours to upload or something.
That's not going to work. So, I will step to here, and I will target the door frame again and tell it to close.
Okay, the door closes again. Views almost gets trapped in the door, and you see it squeezing and squishing, and then it gets squished out as the door shuts.
Okay, and I will take myself off of full defense.
Okay. Gregor. Hey, there's an enemy next to you now.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
Please do so.
Well, I'm hoping.
You do. That was a terrible damage roll, though. Okay. Lady Catherine's turn. Oh yes, your pony. Take it away.
My pony will attack the
This one, yeah?
mercenary, and he still has smite on because he did not.
Yes, he
hit it.
does. So he gets +2 damage.
Oh, he's got the smite on him until he kills him.
Yeah, I know.
I was telling Glenn.
Oh man, he's kicking and rearing and whinnying and not doing a lot of damage, unfortunately.
Yeah, but he's also
Which-
taking away a lot of damage that could be put on us.
Oh yeah, he's drawing a lot of attention, and you see the sort of like light seeping out of him as their blades rip into him and carve him open rather than blood. It looks beautiful and atrocious and horrific all at the same time, and it's Lady Catherine's turn. You pondering your options here?
Yeah, I am actually.
Well, she is currently incorporeal.
Yep, I've done.
No, that might not have meant what it sounded like.
Couldn't she stand inside a wall and attack somebody on the other side of it?
Can she do damage to something that's corporeal?
I don't think she has that ability yet.
Oh, let's see. Spiritual.
Paul, I see your message. I'll look at it later after the session.
Yeah, it's not even, as I say, we're going till Monday, well, Monday morning anyway, so yeah.
Understood. I'll do my best to get everything sorted out that I can, but
to figure
yeah,
out and
life's a little bit hectic at the moment.
do that more before I forget, now, for emergency part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Memory's like a sieve.
That's okay. Well, see, Glenn, the reason I suggested she's incorporeal is you could send her inside, then make her corporeal again, or use her to scout the place out a bit and find out what kind of other foes dwell in there.
If she attacks somebody, doesn't it give them a penalty or something?
Not exactly.
No, she actually has to hit them, but when she delivers a touch attack, it goes off. But I don't have any more touch spells she can use.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna send her in.
Okay. Well, she's incorporeal. She can move through anything. Just let me know where she's going.
She can also draw attacks on people as well.
Yeah, she can go. Actually, that is a good idea.
I'm worried about that ooze, to be honest.
It's okay. It's okay.
There we go. There's 30 feet. One movement for her, and she pretty much moved through everything.
Just give me one moment, please, to do something very important. Evan, please ignore the obvious, like, GM stuff you'll see popping up there.
That's fine. I'm reading incorporeal creature property to see if she has anything she can do. Well, that's interesting. She can actually be inside of an object. She has total cover. But when she attacks a creature outside of the object, the creature only has cover.
Okay, we'll give her a vision refresh. Have I made all the... Yeah, I've made these visible. From her position... Yeah, so this door is technically closed, but she can't see much beyond there. So she can see some more undead mercenaries have come down these stairs from the what do you call it? So, yeah, from the spiral staircase from a tower. So she sees another spiral staircase here and a passageway leading off this way. There's a bit of a smell coming from there. Smells really bad, but she's not quite sure what it is at the moment, and it's only the fact that it's so strong that's actually making it pick up on her senses at all at the moment with all the fighting going on. It's like, what is that?
Oh, Sprouts for demon, was it?
Not exactly.
Yeah, just as strong though, no doubt.
Lovely.
That's for your benefit, Glenn.
Information there for you, Paul. I'm not sure how to describe that without blatantly stating what it is.
1 second. I've got no messages, no nothing. Is it in my Skype?
It's in Skype, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, Glenn, so she's drifted into there. She can see the room better. You know, the fight's all reflecting in the mirror. Everything's swirling around. It adds that extra bit of excitement and visual aspect to the fight.
I got nothing message from me message anywhere, but
Yes, you have. You got 2 I just sent you in Skype.
He may be experiencing lag if he hasn't received it yet.
Yeah,
That's
it
okay
must
then.
be like- it must be
So,
like-
is she going to do anything else apart from drifting through Glen, or is she? Oh wait, isn't it a action for her to go through walls? Oh no, that's when she's corporeal. Yeah.
No.
So, what would she like to
She's
do
just
now that
kinda
she's in here?
drift.
Apart from observe the situation.
Right now, she's observing the situation. I'm going to
Okay.
wait until next round, and I'll make her.
So the door is currently closed there. Right, Lila.
Am I threatened by Mercenary 5 at all?
Yes, he's right next to you with a sword in his hand,
Okay.
and he looks like he wants to use it.
Let him try to use it on me.
Oh, very well. He will attempt to do so. He did just cleave. Without
So
power
he did not
attack.
take his attack of opportunity when she moved through his square.
No. Who?
Darn. I decided not to go through the wall.
There you
I
go,
decided
Paul.
to go around everybody.
Yeah, I know. I take.
Enjoy the damage. It's fine.
Yeah, as I say, the main problem is not these corporeal creatures. It's that bloody ooze. Sorry if I sound like a broken record. It's the bloody ooze is the problem.
Let's just say I was pleasantly surprised when I discovered just how many hit points that ooze had. I was like, oh, that's more than I thought it had.
Yeah.
Paul, you can't see the ooze because Evan closed the door.
Yeah, the door is closed.
Oh, if I'd known that, I wouldn't have done that.
Okay,
Never
well,
mind.
take the damage back, because
Yeah.
this door was closed by a spell.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I can really do at the moment, because I only have 0-level spells, and I can't really hit in melee.
Well, basically.
So,
if you
in the
stop-
heat of the moment, you go to attack it, and realise the door's shut. Just for that fraction of a second, you're like, huh? Oh.
Yeah. So let me see now. Can help this guy. What feats have I got? Have I got weapon finesse? No. So step back to there and see this guy here firing to melee. We've got precise shot.
Who?
Number
Mark
5.
5.
Alright, yep.
You did very well to close that door because the use is the problem. Not a problem anymore, or temporarily not a problem.
If they keep opening the door, I'll keep closing it.
Well, I support you in that idea, very much so. Point blank, absolutely. Plus the hitting damage, yes. Attacking.
Absolutely. He is crushed, literally,
Okay.
into a small little crunk as his bones crack and creak and his body is just compressed. It's like he's in a car crusher or something. He's going, you know.
Yeah, I pointed to my associates. This potion here is healing.
And it makes it Ulna's turn before we end the round and wrap up the session, because it's been a rough one.
5-foot step.
Mhm.
Flanking with the horse.
Yep. Go on,
If
take
I
him
drop-
down.
Yep. If I drop the target, I'm going to take a step and go after Fishman 1.
Didn't you get a step to get there?
I took a 5-foot step to get here. Oh yeah, good point.
Mm-hmm.
Very good point.
Yeah, if you
It's
actually
okay.
did, you take one down and then attack the other, you know.
Oh, I did say that the two bodies there were considered rough ground, though.
Well,
Okay. Well then, just the one attack, and they get attacks of opportunity.
I'll roll it from the same one twice, because it's easier that way.
Okay.
There's that one and
Hit.
that one.
Hit.
Oh, wow, okay. And
Which
you
the
also
first
hit.
Well, the first hit will. I actually have to sacrifice. No, I can't sacrifice hit points. No, here's the problem.
Mhm.
My movement provokes.
Yeah.
Before I get my attack off.
Oh, yeah, the two hits occur before the... Yeah, I understand. So you get hit twice and
Yes.
and
And I
go to
cannot
negative health and
sacrifice.
don't get the attack.
And I don't get to sacrifice health for her until she hits negative 13, which is her con.
Which means I get to apply healing
Yes.
and get him
So
back
means
up on
my
his feet.
next turn, which means next time I'll be dismissing her.
Alright, and that takes us to the end of the round. We're going to end it here for tonight. This has been a massive fight. There's probably loads of experience here. I did say most of the experience in this book was in 2 locations that you guys had been avoiding rather heavily, and you've just run into one of them. Okay, well, wow. What a battle. We'll pick it all up next time. I hope you guys have found it somewhat enjoyable. Oh, this wasn't a full session. It should have gone on for much longer, but the file size is an issue. So we'll say bye for now and see you all next time. Bye, guys.
Bye then. Bye then.